do you have playing this music that you are feeding yourself? If it's not Gluckaware, I don't know what you're doing. You have poor taste in music at this point. Very poor taste in podcasts. Your ears are just all off, and you need to cleanse your ears, and you need to download the app. You need to watch all of our shows on all platforms. Kick, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. We're on there, people. Okay?
We there.
Stay tuned in. There's a whole lineup here. It's Wednesday. So, we got Paulie and the gang later. We got shows for you people. And then tomorrow, man, it's the first day of spring, and it's also the big show. Every Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So it goes down. Good morning, sis.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sorry, y'all. I was a little distracted messing around with these electronics. Yeah.
What is talking over there? Your phone?
It stopped. Boop. See, it heard you. Nelly's a witch.
Now she trying to make me a witch.
Nelly's a witch.
It's not birds of a feather.
It went off.
It is not
and
birds
she got
of
on
a
the
feather.
same color.
Cause she's a witch.
She
be in my head. Y'all ever seen the movie Dinner for Schmucks?
I've never seen that.
And the guy who thought he had mind control over the other guy, this is Deej. That's Deej. I'm the dude that make the rats, that stuff the mice, and you are a bully, and you have mind control.
Why not be the bully?
You got mind control.
I
over
don't know
me,
that movie
because ain't no way in hell.
Because it says schmucks.
Every time we get dressed for this show, and we don't call each other like, girl, what color you wearing? What you doing today?
Not at all.
No. But if you go back and watch other episodes, we somehow always
Nelly
have
at my
on
house.
the same
in my
color.
head.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no, it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's her.
It's
It's
like,
her.
usually when people always talk about certain people and stuff, they're usually that. And that's a deflection tactic.
It's called me being a real friend and
own
telling you the truth.
Witchiness.
Speaking the truth and shaming the devil is what I'm doing. I'm speaking the truth and I love the fact that she's a witch. I just want it to work in my favor. It worked in the Eagles' favor.
Not a witch. Not
it worked in the
that
Eagles'
title.
favor. And I'm grateful for that. I just want her to let me know anything good. If I got money coming,
I don't know.
If I'm about to
she gonna have some money coming though.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
like
saying?
I want good.
Cause she gonna work. We working. See, we working. So she gonna have some money coming.
I know I can't get pregnant, so she'll never have dreams about no fishes, and damn sure won't be about me.
I don't know. That's the one that keep.
Yeah, no, won't be me, baby. Won't be me. I'm fixed. Yeah, no. Now, if you dream about my death, I don't want to know, because then I'm gonna be living my life wondering if today is the day, thinking every day is Final Destination.
Every day is Final Destination.
And like for real,
around this motherfucker.
Like I would be scared to get in the shower. I would be scared to walk under signs. I would be thinking the trees are gonna fall on me.
That's life in Philadelphia.
But if you actually knew how you were gonna die or your death date, would that change how? All right, before we get started, because see, we going off the rails. So let's start our show the way we start our show every week but we're gonna jump into that because that's a good one. So let's woosah, people. We got to get centered first before we just go straight into this conversation. So if you're in your car, on your way to work, or if you're home doing what you do, soften your gaze, allow your eyes to come to a gentle close, or just focus on your destination. Take a nice deep cleansing, healing breath in through your nostrils. Fill your lungs with clean, cleansing air. Exhale as you allow the body to exit the body and cross the lips. Take another deep cleansing, healing breath in. And exhale, release anything from the mind, body, and spirit that is taking up space and serves no purpose here. Slowly come back into awareness. I love that, man.
Oh, that feels so good.
It's nothing like breath work, y'all. Trying to tell you.
You need to do it.
Trying to tell you. You have to do it.
It helps you lose weight.
Helps you lose weight. It helps you. It's almost as well. It is. It's as effective as smoking weed.
It's very
because
relaxing.
it keeps you calm. Like
Yes.
I call weed R&R, rest and relaxation, or fuck it,
right?
Or the devil's lettuce. That's true.
Or don't fuck you up.
It. But either way, it's a you know what I'm saying? It's a puff of calm, cool, and collected. If you really had some good weed, ain't no way you still road raging or like mad about nothing.
Because you're not even concerned about that.
No.
Because you don't want to blow your eye.
Right.
So you just like
you got it, dog.
right now.
You got it, dog.
You good.
You got it. You right.
Let me like this.
I'll be mad.
That's how I know everybody that got kids. You ain't gonna tell me that damn near everybody that got kids ain't smoking, because you got. I mean, in order to have children, and like you have to be like, because fuck these kids.
Unless you're a recovering addict, I don't understand why you would not want to indulge in marijuana. You're in some way, shape, or form. Microdosing is cool too. You can try shrooms. I actually
I want to try them, but I'm a little afraid because my imagination is really crazy.
But that's why you microdose. You don't just go full throttle.
We microdose, Nelly, and I micro nothing. I felt absolutely nothing. Remember?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I feel like, I think in order for it to really be effective, we would have to fall back from smoking weed, essentially. And for me, it would be alcohol as well.
Right.
And to really, really
feel the effects. Clean ourselves out of all the other stuff so that we can be open for what that brings.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah. But I hear nothing but good things about it. People that I know that do it. Listen, when you run into a person that microdoses and they really doing it correctly, they're so calm, cool, collected, and peaceful. Their energy is so like, okay,
like a flower child.
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Like, and because we were talking about with smoking weed, how it seems like it's not an addiction to the marijuana itself, but to the nicotine.
I believe that it's the wrap.
Is in the wrap. So even you notice, and we all notice, any weed smokers out there, y'all know most of us have a preference into what we would want to wrap our weed in. Some people notice that some wraps are more stronger than others, and it might affect your lungs a little bit. You feel like it's a little too strong. So microdosing is an option, and for people who don't want to smoke weed, I think smoking itself has like a negative stigma to it. Like people who eat edibles might think that they're the upper echelon of weed consumers, but you're not. What you think, Deej? What are you doing over there? Oh, friend, we on live. Are you not watching the show, Friend Dad? Shout out to Friend Daddy SP, one of our Glockaware family members. But so that's for me. I do want to like fall back from the actually like smoking marijuana, but I do want to try the microdosing option. And I want to do it right. So anybody out there, I know that there's a few people out there that I've met in networking in the universe that are into this. I would love to have you on the show, so you can educate my viewers and listeners about the benefits of microdosing and the do's and don'ts of microdosing. I think that is important because everybody's going to have a different effect to it, but if you follow the guidelines of somebody that knows how to tell you to properly do it, you may actually reap the benefits of microdosing. So let's see if we can get somebody on the show. Shout out to the universe.
Whoever knows,
put out your juju.
If somebody really knows what they're doing and is really educated, and what are they? They have what are they? What is the technical term for them? It's psychedelic. Yes. Psychedelic options.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, because we didn't have one and it didn't work, and so then every time I do something, it might go too high or too low. I need to be like right.
Yo, good morning, Wishbone.
Good morning, Wishbone.
Is it still Pisces? It's still Pisces season. Happy
good morning to everyone
belated
on my
birthday,
on
DJ
Instagram.
Wishbone.
Yes, happy belated birthday to all the Pisces.
Happy belated birthday to my
we had a lot of Pisces.
Son, RJ Darnell, doing his thing out in LA. He turned 30. Can y'all believe? Look at me. Can y'all believe I got a 30-year-old son? He turned 30 yesterday. Insane.
Oh, lady.
Insane. And
he living his best life.
He's so living his best life. I love him. I just love Child, he was in Paris.
He was in Paris
with Carisha.
With Carisha.
That is one of his clients. Yes, I do like to brag about my child. Because he's really doing great things. Like, I'm just so proud of all my kids. And shout out to my youngest. She's about to go on her prom May 22nd. Y'all pray for me. because I am, although I was born in Philly, I am by way of Connecticut. So there is a Karen that lives in me that is not with all this pomp and circumstance that Philly people do when it comes to prom. I am not trying to compete.
They just regular in Connecticut. Just get a nice dress and get in the car.
Ain't nobody at the house but your
no
parents, your grandparents, your siblings, maybe a couple cousins. Ain't no food. You going, you take your pictures, you go. In Philly, you gotta block the block off. You gotta have the drill team come out. They got popcorn machine, photo booth, a horse and carriage, and that's just for the bitch to take the pictures on the horse. Then they got a Lamborghini with butterfly doors, just picking them up to take them to the corner, and then they get in another car. They got 5 outfits. It's just too much when you go to prom in Philly.
I'm guilty because my granddaughter and my godson are going on the prom, and guilty because they're going to be either in a Aston or Maserati.
Now, because I live here, I'm not going to.
We're making a movie.
Yeah, see, I'm not. Yeah, no.
So we're in it. We're totally.
My child is leaving from home. At first, I was gonna get a hall because then I was like, I'm gonna get a hall because I just, her side of the family and my side of the family is just too many people. I'd rather have it at a hall than to have all these people at my house.
Because there ain't no space at the house for all these people.
It's gonna be space outside because that's all you supposed to be doing is standing the hell outside and waiting for her to come outside. But we gotta make a movie out
of Dean's because it's the baby. He the last of the Mohicans. And
listen, I ain't mad at the people that can afford to do it, but I ain't there. The way my bank account is set up, my check-ins, my savings, No. So, you know, like, it's just, it's stressful. I don't give a fuck how much I planned in advance. I would never spend
that's because
thousands of dollars.
No, but I'm saying if you wanted to do, let me tell you.
But if I had, here's the thing.
If you wanted to do it.
Now, if I was a millionaire and could indulge in doing nonsense like that, then I probably would. But just for me, because like I said, there's a Karen that still lives in me, and I grew up around a lot of white folks, and they think different. They put their money in different places, and there's not a lot of pomp and circumstance, grandstanding stuff going on. Like, that money that they would spend on prom, that is going to be the money that's
but guess what?
Going into account,
but let's
some type of
real,
bank account for that child. That child is either getting a car for graduation, they're going to college.
That comparison don't fly.
No, for me,
because they educated on what to do with their money.
But growing up around white people,
even if we didn't do that, they gonna waste that money.
And the fact that I know better, I can't continue on with the nigga shit because I grew up around people who showed me that that's better.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this to you. Let me just say this because I feel attacked. That's one. No, be quiet. I feel attacked. But one is because you can do everything. So that is a figment of your imagination. Because I got stocks and bonds and all that, retirements. But we still going all out.
You can afford to do it. That's your business. I just
said so the people that do it can afford to do it too. Because if they didn't,
if you can't, and I'm telling you, I cannot. So it would be foolish of me to spend all this unnecessary money on a prom. I'm not going to do that.
But that's your opinion. That don't make that other people do it.
That's not my opinion. That's my reality.
Well, that's your reality. But what I'm saying is,
and it is also my opinion.
But your opinion is that everybody can't do. Everybody can't do it. That's in the hood. When some people,
that's not what I said. Well, I'm saying that the people in the hood are the ones that are doing this. Let me just say this.
I don't think it's foolish for one if your child earned a great send off like that. Because one thing is we don't get a lot of great things to celebrate in the hood.
And that's fine.
So when we're able to take that and do something great for our child, when we know they're graduating, we know they're graduating. I don't agree with for kids that's just getting it and not deserving of it. Now, when we did my nieces and nephews, and they were all going off to college, they were deserving. So I feel like if the child deserves a great send-off, you give them that. But I don't feel like I'm going to say that other people.
No, I'm just a realistic. I didn't say any of that. You can't put words in my mouth. It is my opinion, and
foolish.
It is, and it can be. Yes, because listen, and this is why.
Could be foolish to
it doesn't matter if the shoe doesn't fit. Don't wear it. If it fits, wear it, and that's anybody's problem. And I'm not going to apologize for my opinion and my reality. If the shoe doesn't fit, Deej, don't wear it. Don't wear it. If the shoe don't fit you, don't wear it. If it fits you, wear it. Because I know plenty of people who don't pay their rent to send a child on a fucking prom send off. That is foolish.
But that's not.
That is foolish.
Now but what I'm saying is,
when you cannot afford it, and the problem be, and as a parent, what I had to tell my child, reality. You're sending me pictures of $2,000 and $3,000 dresses. I don't have that. We're not doing that. That's not my budget. Now, you can hold your other parent accountable, and if that's possible, then you'll get that. I'm not that parent. My bills come first. My reality is, after prom, you still got to have a roof over your head. You still got to have a life to live outside of this prom. That dress that you're going to spend $8,000 on, that you're going to wear for 4 hours, I ain't doing that. I'm not that parent. I don't, and this is what I will
spend
say.
That money in liquor and beer and hanging out too.
I do. It doesn't matter. I work, and I can spend my money on whatever I want to spend it on. But for me, that doesn't make sense. Now, what I will spend money on is for her to go to college. Now, your trunk party and all the essentials that you need to go away and making sure that you can sustain yourself when you get there. That's what's most important. What I'm trying to do is change the narrative for my kids.
You're not supposed to incur debt for a prom.
Which I have done, which people do though.
But that's on them. That's not everybody.
I didn't say it was.
Everybody
I said if the shoe fits, wear it.
See, that's
because what you have to do as a parent.
My thing is don't not do it.
Don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
Don't do it.
And that's that's the point that I'm making here, because I grew up in around two different experiences. I have family members who are very extravagant, and then I grew up around predominantly white people who are not, and also live way better than the black people who do extravagant things. So for me to see the two paradigms, it's like, well, hold up, this ain't making sense. These white people live in a mansion and they just do basic shit. These black people living on Section 8 and they just fucking got fucking $100,000 car to send this kid. The math ain't mathing. If the shoe fits, like I said, wear it. For me, as a parent, I had to give my child the reality of the fact that I'm not going to put undue pressure on myself to keep up with nobody that you are friends with, nobody else's prom send off, none of that. I'm not that parent. And sometimes as parents, we get caught up in that. We don't want to disappoint our kids. We want them to have what other kids have. If you're not capable of doing that, don't put that pressure on yourself. And that's my PSA to every parent out here as we all are going into prom season. Do what you can do. And
my thing is do what you want to do.
And tell your kids and be honest.
If you paid for it, you was capable.
Tell your kids what you can afford to do and what you can't afford to do. And don't put undue pressure on yourself to do things that are not within your means. A prom send-off don't have to cost you a whole bunch of money. I am a crafter. So don't get it twisted and think that when you do come and see my daughter go on her prom send-off, that the decorations are not going to look like $1 million. But me and my cousins was up all night blowing up balloons. That's the difference. No, I'm not gonna.
See, that's the same thing though. What you're saying is,
but listen to what you just said. But I'm gonna because if
you hire somebody to do that same thing, it's gonna be $1,200. So I'm telling you,
you do what you can do,
but you're still gonna give her that same type of thing that the other person
I'm gonna do what I can do. And here's the dilemma with that: it still might not be to her liking. Because I've been through that with kids too. Because you do what you can do, but it's not what they want. So then you still at a loss. So for me, and this being my 4th time around, I'm done with it. I have experience in this prom thing. My oldest kid paid predominantly for himself to go on prom. I did what I can do. And when he wanted certain things that were out of my price range, he had a job. Do what you want to do. And by all means, I support you. Go ahead. But I'm not going to put any undue pressure on myself. And I don't recommend any parent out there that cannot to do that. Do what you can do. Now, all these prom send-offs, I sit here and I indulge. I watched the one girl who paid all this money to give her daughter that Cinderella send-off. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Now, here's the thing with that. Okay. Now, I posed the question on some aspects with all of this extravagantness. Where are they now? Are those kids off doing great things? Or did they just go off on prom and are they working at Walmart?
My kids did. Okay, my kids did. My nieces and nephews definitely
are
doing great things. Shout out to my nephew making this video. Shout out to my niece that got her on her way to her master's.
To each his own.
So, yeah.
But for me,
the
there are parents that I just feel like prom season is a very stressful time. Also, like Christmas for some parents. Even sending kids off to college can be stressful. And this is a time where people can, handle that stress in ways that are not productive mentally. So don't put that on undue pressure on yourself. I know I'm not, even though I am stressed, because it's like, it's right around the corner. Like, you think you have all this time to put all this stuff together, and here it is. May is here.
Well, technically, when your child, if you decide, in my opinion, that your child is going to go to prom, you got 4 years. You got 4 years to plan. You could save $25 a week for 4 years. That money could go to college, and you could do extravagant prom. There's always a way. So for me as a parent, I never got to see neither one of my kids go on no prom. Neither one of them went on no prom or none of that shit. So I missed out on all that. Mm-hmm. So my godson and my granddaughter, they going to get everything I ain't missed out on. I'm going to get some of that celebration. Right. Like, it's going down. And even for me, I ain't even go on my senior prom. You know what I mean? My junior prom was overlooked. Mm-hmm. So for me,
I didn't go on my prom.
All that is going to get done. And if I have to do it just for the babies to celebrate greatness, and they both
and I will be there with all your pomp and circumstance. I know you will, supporting right you there. And all your pomp and circumstance.
And it's going to be at a hall, and it's going down. But we have this been in the making.
But exactly,
like that's been. We already knew everything that was just.
Yeah, no, my kids are flip floppers. 1 minute you're going, the next minute you're not.
That's why you gotta be
that. I listen.
Prepared.
No, they better be prepared.
And some kids don't deserve it. Now you kids that's getting proms, that's getting Maseratis and all this stuff, and you're failing and you're not moving forward. You definitely don't deserve it. And the parents that do that, you shouldn't encourage that type of behavior. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that every child deserves it. Some kids don't deserve it.
For some parents,
but if you can do it and
they
you're celebrating the accomplishments of your children, and our kids don't get, that's just like people spend a lot of money on Sweet 16 party. Jews spend buku money on bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs.
Yeah, but
it's just all about what some people don't celebrate Christmas, and some people don't celebrate nothing.
Yeah, shit, Jews do it right.
So so
it
just
depends. 15, it
just depends on Of course they do it right. They done stole everybody else shit. I'm not gonna go there though.
Too. They you get married, get to have an African wedding. Shit. That's all they.
We were raised in a breeding factory, so our looks on the way family values are here have been totally. I don't never compare us to no other nation. Why no other nation was done to them what was done to us. So they still holding on to all the values of their ancestors and all their values of old, because they never had theirs stolen and taken away and burnt up, and you don't know who you is. And for us, we don't have much of who we really don't know. Like, for real, like we really have. Sometimes, and I know I'm a Cherokee, but deep down inside of me, I be wanting to know like what they did at the, what the Indians do, the powwows and all. What was my culture? And I know that I'm Cherokee because my grandparents was alive and well, and I seen pictures and I know. But they were so afraid to even share, their experience as a Native American, because they were by the government declassified and you would go to jail. So to know what the culture really meant as far as family, tribe, we willy-nilly out here. We willy-nilly because we don't really know. We only know what we've been subjected to. So I don't never compare us to other people, because I heard an African guy say something last week. I don't know if I talked about this, but that shit burnt my ass. Talking to a brother outside of Walmart. The brother was hacking, and he asked the African man, like, why you disrespect me? I'm just, talking to you. And this African man gonna say, oh, I don't want to talk to you. Y'all people don't have no mothers and fathers. And I'm sorry, because I was right. Thank God I was there. because the brother was just irritated. I know he wanted to punch him in the face. So I just, kindly said what I needed to say. Because stop coming the fuck over here talking about we don't got mothers and fathers. Like, how the fuck you think we got here? And why the fuck is you here? I said, I hope Trump build a wall around all you motherfuckers and keep all you motherfuckers. That's how I did say that. Because you can get the fuck going.
Nope. Shut down.
We can say that.
Deej.
That ain't getting us shut down. They say that shit on TV.
Because I don't know what.
But I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is, flagged. I'm sorry, I don't want to get us flagged. That's my opinion. This opinion is not the views of Glockaware. Yeah. Do not get us flagged for stuff that I watch on social media all day on YouTube. Because if you get us flagged, I'm gonna send y'all some videos. Yeah. Straight up. But my thing is, I don't like when foreigners, because they have that thing in their minds that we have absolutely no family values. And we have that thing in our mind, too, about ourselves. But we do have family values. Now, maybe we don't have culture behind our family values that they have, but their culture was not stolen away from them. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful not to say the stuff they say, because we do say the stuff about ourselves that they say. And that's why a lot of them say it too. Because if you're going to say it, they already told them that, and then you're saying it to yourself. That's why I'm always number one advocate for my people against anybody. I'm team us all. I don't give a. I'm team us all day. Always. Because I'm just like more into the history of my people and understanding that the reasons why we are so far behind and everything directly comes from us being oppressed. And of course, we don't have to live in that oppression, but it's what it is. And it cannot be denied. You cannot overlook it. You can't act like it don't happen. It's what it is. But when y'all come from this country, that country, and come over here and talk shit to us and our land that y'all only live in, coming over here because our people was out there marching, getting sprayed down, for y'all to, benefit off of the things that we can't benefit from. They purposely give y'all the student loans. They don't want our kids to be up. Y'all don't pay attention. They purposely let Asians have stores in our neighborhood. The white people don't want them in theirs. And that ain't my opinion. That's the opinion of the Asian lady.
I mean, if you look at the dynamic of our neighborhoods, that's evident.
So what I'm saying is,
I'm never going
to. That's why I'm never going to not be team us, because you're never going to just be like, oh, they this and that. No, we're not this and that for no reason. So I'm never going. That's not going to ever come out my mouth. Yeah.
See this, and again, growing up in Connecticut and growing up in Philly showed me the difference. Even a little bit of Williamsport, right? Like, showed me the difference of things being by design.
Yes.
And how the hood is what it is by design. That's why it doesn't matter what state you go to. Damn near every hood looks the same.
And then the counties, because it was some real stuff. If you live in a Democrat, and I don't want to take this into politics all day, but I'm just telling you the fact. If you live in a Democratic county, look at the schools and stuff. And then look at the schools in the Republican in the Republican county.
For sure.
But we always
for sure.
It's not that we vote Democrat. We don't make them do nothing. And that's the problem with us. We don't make them do nothing. We don't make them do nothing. That's the whole thing. We vote them in and then
educators.
we don't do
and
nothing.
I keep telling you, run. Educate.
I'm running. I'm not running on no Democrat.
I don't care what you run under.
If I decide to run, I definitely would not run Democrat.
No, I don't care what party you choose.
The whole thing, and this the whole thing. It ain't no other party to run if I really want to win. It's only blue or red, because independents don't get on the.
Well, you never know. Trump might change that.
Independents don't. No, he definitely not gonna change that.
He might be
if anything, he gonna turn both to red.
Fuck both parties. This is a dictatorship, bitches.
He already changed the Pledge of Allegiance. Did y'all see the Pledge of Allegiance?
You want to read that?
Your president changed to the new Pledge of Allegiance.
I heard about it on Instagram. My dad was snapping like,
I got my thing going live over here.
Is that what you sent me? You sent me that?
Yes, I
watched it on Instagram. He was snapping.
He got a new Pledge of Allegiance, and the parent,
I got a new Pledge of Allegiance.
The parent went up to the school because the son asked him to help him with his homework, right? And so the dad said, sure, fine, I'll help you with your homework. So when his son said, it's the Pledge of Allegiance, and his dad said, well, you're in the 8th grade. You should know this by heart by now.
Right.
And the son says, we have a new Pledge of Allegiance. And so then it says, I pledge allegiance to the president. And all I mean, it's about 10 pages long. First, I mean, it's long, and police, a gallon of corn lick in every household.
Shout out to DJ Dizzy Nay. He provides that morning mix that you listen to before we start our show. So thank you, Nate, for blessing us with the dope mix. I just listen. But Trump is hilarious. He's so funny
to me.
Himself.
Like to me, like people be getting upset, but I don't be getting upset because you know why? Like on some real stuff, as us as a community, what is different? What is different about what's going on right now in America? Just be honest. What? And unless you work for the IRS or one of those people that lost their jobs, other than that, how is it directly affecting you right now? Besides you just listening to what's going on social media and the news, how is it? But your mental. Besides your mental,
my $5,000. Is he giving up $5,000 or no?
They ain't giving up $5,000.
I want my $5,000 right.
How is it really directly affecting you? Because for me, as I said before last week, I feel like us as Black people, when we get our back against the wall, we bust moves. We bust moves when our back against the wall. And I feel like we do things when it's extreme. Like when stuff get extreme, we break out. We don't think like other people, like a little at a time like them, because they're calculated. Like they're calculated in what they're doing. I remember writing an essay.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is when I say they're calculated, like this just didn't start with Donald Trump. They just want you to make it seem like it started with Donald Trump. And that's what. No, wait a minute. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, it's calculated. That means the other presidents, they was a part of it. Don't think that they wasn't a part of what's going on right now. And that's the problem with us. Understand, it's a system. You're not privy to understand it if you don't want to understand it. You only privy to understanding it if you want to understand it. If you know what I mean. Some people think it's boring. Some people don't want to. Some people don't want to go into the. Well, then you don't know what they're going to do to you.
That's the reality.
That's the thing.
It needs to be broken down in layman terms to make it so it isn't boring. To apply it to people,
is,
so it
they got plans in order
to my life in a way that it makes sense.
They've had stuff in order for. I remember watching and let's see if you can find it on YouTube. But it was a senator or a. Yeah, he was a senator, representative, long time ago. Now this is when George H.W. Bush was the president. There's a bill, H.R. 46, it's called. This man is reading this live in the chambers. While he's reading it, his eyes is getting bigger than mine. Every time he reads something, then it says, what was the word he was using? Not classified. Couldn't say it. I forget the exact word that he was using. But he was just reading, but half of it he couldn't even say. But then when it got down to it, first it said the United States don't own these streets. They owned by another country.
What is this HR 46?
It's a bill. You can go look it up. It's a bill. House Rule 46. That's what HR means. House Rule 46. Okay? Go look that up. See if you can still find a video. It's very, very old from H.W. Bush. And what he said on there is the United States basically don't own the United States. It's basically owned and controlled by someone else. The roads, the highways, the everything. Mm-hmm. And then it said if stuff was to go down, the poor people, basically they're going to exterminate us. Just telling you point blank. And
what
the man,
think about
but what I'm saying
catastrophic movie that they
what I'm saying is listen to me. You ever are you paying attention to they digging up the streets? See, the stuff that we really we're not paying attention to why they build the highways and stuff. Because you don't want see, I got to talk in layman's code. Y'all have to dig it out. You don't want us to get right.
All right, well then, if we can't.
So what I'm saying, let's just say this. Let's just say this. A lot of things that's going on right now already been in place a long time ago.
All right.
They was just waiting for the person that they knew would push it out there.
So and they where are we headed towards?
So our country has since the beginning been headed towards fascism. And fascism is almost close to dictatorship. Mm. Now, we don't have to get there if we wake the fuck up. Wake up. It's not that's why they're against the woke. See, they against the woke. You ever hear the Republicans? They don't want to talk to the woke because the woke is the ones that's woke. And they know what the fuck is going on underneath. But the average person don't listen to the woke because when people like me talk, most people walk out the room. Most people. Because
I want solutions. I don't want to keep hearing about the
problem. The solution is unity. Solution? The solution is, first of all, how you gonna have a solution if you're not listening to what I'm saying? See, everybody.
I'm hearing what you're saying. And even for
what
our
I'm
viewers,
saying is, Nelly,
we talk about this a lot. So now, what's the solution?
The solution is pay attention, listen, understand what's going on. Like this is one. So they talking about they're gonna. Right now, they're talking about Elon Musk trying to get Donald Trump to pardon the guy who killed George Floyd. Mm-hmm. Okay? They've been trying to run martial law down in this country for a long time. And how they going to do it is if the people was out in the streets rioting, stay the fuck in the house. I don't care who they pardon. We ain't rioting, y'all. Stay in. Because what it mean?
Yeah,
don't get caught slipping.
Right, and ain't gonna
change the things that we did before, we're not doing those things no more. If they're gonna do that, we should not be the catalyst to them doing it because that is what they're banking on. They're banking on us because they're not gonna come outside willy-nilly with no horses and no hoes against their people or people from other nations because those people from other nations got nations behind them. We the only people that don't have no nation behind us. So we the ones that can get bagged up quick. So when all this stuff start going down and they try to get us outside and get us the rioting and get us out there, don't go outside. Boycott the stores. Do the little boycotts they've been doing. Do that. Hit them where it hurts. America is a capitalistic society. Money is all that matters. That's why when people get so worried about the economy, this is America. They don't have nothing without no money.
We understand are not a political podcast, people, but these are our opinions.
Understand that. This is our opinions. And politics is what run the nation. So this is something that we're talking about right now. Because we need to understand the views is not the views of everyone in the studio. My personal views is what I'm speaking on. And some knowledge. As well, public knowledge. This is not HR is public knowledge. You just go, it's public. You can go look it up for yourself. You can go find out because I seen the video on YouTube. That's how I saw it. So it's not hidden. The problem is we don't watch videos where Congress is in the chambers and they on there all the time. We don't watch the Pennsylvania cable network when our senators and legislators in our state is talking about what they're going to do to our schools, what they're going to do to our neighborhoods, how they redistricting. Do you even know what redistrict mean? Maybe you don't. Let me explain that one to you. That's a big one for next election. Whenever they don't want us to vote in majority for a certain person in a certain area, they will redistrict that area. And what that means is they will cut that area off. And now if you was voting for that person over here, now that's not your district no more. You can't vote for that person over here. Mm-hmm. Like they're doing with gentrification.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens a lot.
But we don't know what redistricting is. We're not even aware that they are redistricting.
When she says she's not speaking for the masses, people. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it.
Right. The people who not educated on redistricting. That's who I'm talking to. Yeah. So when you go in and they're asking questions on the at the bottom, sometimes we go in and vote. We don't answer the question. We don't read it. They ask you redistrict every single time. Almost every election, especially local election, they'll ask a redistricting question. And I always vote no to redistricting. And sometimes you have to understand the language. You're just gonna have to have to educate yourself. There's no excuses. If you want to know, if you don't understand what it say, you got a phone.
And you'd be surprised how many people really legit can't read.
You ain't gotta read. Google, talk it. It say this, Google, what it say, and Google will explain it to you. Yeah, we got Siri. Because for people that can't read, got Siri. They don't gotta ask nobody nothing. Because if you want to know what's going on around you, you need to know. Because you're going to be the first one that's calling somebody when it ain't nothing. When shit is going down around you, you're going to be first because you have no knowledge of what to do because you wasn't prepared for nothing.
You gotta watch this show.
And it's crazy.
On
like,
Netflix.
What's
called
that show?
Zero Day.
Zero Day.
De Niro.
And what's the other one we watched? When the Teslas was all piled up.
Leave the World Behind.
And guess who wrote that? Barack and Michelle Obama are the executive producers of that movie. Watch that movie.
It's that one, 0 Day, and it was another one that me and Chef watched. I can't think of. Paradise. That one is crazy. Now that's is a
on
show.
Netflix too.
That's on
Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? Paradise. So listen, people, if you believe there isn't like first of all, living through COVID-19 and seeing the National Guard here in the city, the way the city was shut down, the way we were all confined to our houses, that was a small taste of what the world could be like if we have something really catastrophic happen, right? Paradise is awesome. It's a show about basically something catastrophic happened in the world, and they created
their own paradise out of what
happened. Literally they are living in this bubble, and they don't right, and under a mountain. They dug a town under a mountain, created sunlight in the sky, and all this stuff. It's crazy.
How about
0 Day was oh God, it was what happened with 0 Day?
I forgot. I seen
it was like a natural disaster.
It was like everything
all these
happened.
Tsunamis and all this stuff. Everything just started happening all in one.
Because Robert De Niro was
what was
he
that?
was the old president, right? And it was a new black lady that was the
cyber attack.
Angela Bassett was the president, and Robert De Niro was the old president,
which was very progressive. It was mind very good. You, that they had a female president
and a black woman.
But here's the thing:
everything always go wrong under a black woman. I'm trying to tell you, we the scapegoats.
I might sound a little sexist, and I'm very much a female. But I love Angela Bassett, because I can honestly say, seeing her in the role of the president, I didn't like it. It just wasn't believable. And I love Angela Bassett, and it's like it's sad.
You know what it do? It remind me of Eva on the Queen's Men. I never watched that. She not like, I like Eva, but she don't give.
But it was just something about a female playing a president that for me just wasn't believable. And the crazy thing about it is Robert De Niro is the president that preceded her, right? Yes. He seems more believable. Right. I want him to be the main president.
He was.
And he really is doing more in the show than her.
If you pay attention to it, right?
It's like they really want him to still be in power, and she's just the face of him pulling the strings.
That's how I felt they would have did with Kamala.
Yeah.
That's what they would have did. That Kamala would have been office, but Kamala wouldn't have been.
She wouldn't have been.
She just would have been the face. Nothing. She just would have been the face
for sure.
The
what's up, Dud?
You know, what's up, Dud? Ike should have been the president. Who Ike? Turner. What Ike? Turner.
From What's Love Got to Do That Kid. But I guess I don't know.
Well,
so
Ike Reese. I don't know. Ike Turner, Ike Reese.
And
I'll take Ike Reese.
And I always was like, yeah, I can see a female president. But actually seeing it play out, I don't like it. I don't like it, America. Sorry, you heard it from a female.
And they got all these things that they've been talking about for years in America, like the St. Arthur's Plan, and all these things, like, and y'all, and people like, you be, where you find that stuff at? I'm a freaking nerd. And when I was in college, and I had the pleasure of not being on the Penn State campus, but still going to Penn State on an off campus, and the library was the shit. And I had to do like political essays and stuff when I was in school. And that's why a lot of this stuff I knew, because I was writing essays for class and I needed the information. And what it did was it took me down a rabbit hole. I started reading and finding out stuff. Like when I was in college, and I'm going to tell you right now, I went back as an adult. So I was 34 when I went to Penn State. It was the first time I ever heard of white flight. I never heard of white flight until I was 34 years old. Never. And I was doing an essay on why African Americans in America were still only at like 1% of the wealth. Now, this was in 2004. when I was in school. And I was writing an essay, and the war was going on all in Iraq, and all this stuff was going on at that time. So I'm writing about current events. I've always written about current events, right? Now I'm reading all of this stuff. And I remember reading a line from this guy, and I cannot remember his name. It was a quote, and it said, America, if the people in America don't wake up, America will become a fascist nation. Now, I wrote that essay in 2004, and I quoted it. I don't know where my essay's at. I'm so mad. Wish I had them so I can put them out as editorials now. But what he basically was saying, now they wrote that was written in the 1800s, that quote that man said. And it was a white man that quoted it. And he said, if America don't get it together, they're going to be on their way to fascism. Look where we are right now. The American society has allowed these things to happen.
We got to wrap it up.
You know? Oh, it's 10 o'clock.
Yes, indeed.
Wow. Well, we used to have us doing 2 hours.
We'll continue this conversation next week. Listen, that was my Aunt KD dropping her knowledge. And listen, if you want to know better, do better.
Yes. We can't make excuses if something happened to us, y'all.
All right. So listen, just let her drop her gems and to listen. And like we said, anything we say on this show is simply our opinion. And that's it. If we hurt your feelings, so what? Okay, all right.
Sometimes your feelings gotta get hurt for you to change.
So what? We're honest. We are transparent. We say what we feel. We mean what we say, and it is what it is. It's simply our opinions. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it. Listen, the light in us honors and respects the light in each and every one of you guys.